You are watching Fan Facts. Steelers Nation West.
Welcome to Fan Facts, where we scour the internet finding facts about your Steelers. Let's check it out. I'm Billy.
I'm Damien.
I'm Nick.
And I'm from Cleveland, which is odd, but it's kind of appropriate, right, fellas?
Week 2.
Cleveland 2. Here we go.
These are your fan facts.
Here we are.
Here you go. Matt Canada. Should he be fired?
God.
You want to go first?
Yes, I do want to go first, and yes, he should be fired. Tomlin's an amazing head coach. He's got a little bit of a supporting cast he needs help with. Canada's just not getting it done.
No.
The offense stuttering 2 weeks straight. Terrible play calling, time management, all of it.
Yep.
So, yeah, he's got to go.
Yeah. Do you feel like the Browns kind of had a very similar offense issue yesterday as well? Like, not the same, but...
Matt Canada calling plays? No, I don't think you guys had that issue at all. We did, though. And I think Matt Canada absolutely needs to go. I mean, once again, what was it, 15 plays, 12 plays?
I think it was 12 plays.
Before we got our first down? Yeah. You know, without the defense, we scored 12 points. The game is, 19 to 12. Mm-hmm. Browns win. And last week, he only scored 7 points. This guy's a problem. And you have a rookie quarterback, or not a rookie any longer, but, it is essentially a first-year quarterback playing under a really, really terrible system.
Terrible system. The offensive line isn't helping as much as it probably could or should. That'll gel, but doesn't it seem effortless to other teams? Quick slants, little this, 7 yards here.
Absolutely.
We can't do that. It's frustrating.
Why was Cleveland struggling last night? I think we both have great defenses, and maybe we'll get into that later.
Yeah.
But I think that what we saw, like the Cleveland-Pittsburgh game, was like a classic Cleveland-Pittsburgh game.
Yeah.
Like it was
for sure.
Smash mouth.
I enjoyed
insane.
it.
I did too.
AFC North football.
It's AFC North football. Like that's what it looks like.
All right. Highsmith and Watt, the best edge rushers ever.
Ooh,
Damien,
this is the question.
Oh, that's a great one. Ever? Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
First off, TJ Watt is probably the greatest edge rusher. Maybe in Steelers history, and we've had a lot of great edge rushers, and Highsmith is complimenting him so well. Ever? All right, look, I was a little hyperbolic. I don't know, and I'm not a football historian.
In the NFL.
But what I'll say is those two guys are absolutely dominant, and what you see is, the whole defense is predicated upon getting pressure on the quarterback. Mm-hmm. And if we're being honest, that's a terrible predication of a defense. But the fact that these dudes can do it, time down after down after down, and force pad throws, and get the hits, and get them on cover, that's an insane concept. We're not going to worry about what we have in the secondary, which, Patrick Peterson's a clear example of that. We're just going to let these two dudes taunt a quarterback for 60 minutes, and we're going to win.
And not only that, these guys have hands, man.
Yep. Athletic.
How many interceptions does TJ have right on the line of scrimmage?
Yes.
Rocketing the ball to a receiver, boom. And Highsmith, after the first play of the game against the Browns, picked it off, from Minka's deflection, touchdown.
Yes,
these guys aren't just edge rushers.
Right.
They are athletes.
That's
man.
right.
Wow. And I don't know of a better tandem in the NFL today.
I can't think of one today.
Yeah, or
there is
really in the recent history.
Probably in history. I don't even say history. I would just say history.
I did like Bud Dupree. The year he got injured, he had 14 some odd sacks, and Watt as well. He went down. He was kind of never the same. That tandem, and Highsmith steps in. Wow,
I think Highsmith's better, yeah.
He's filled that role.
Yeah, there's a reason they left.
I like that question. Yeah, that's good.
That's good.
Yeah, wow.
Thank you, Billy.
Thank you.
All right,
for a Cleveland fan, you know a lot about Steelers football.
Yes, I can really read it.
We have some jerseys and.
No thanks.
You're
it's
not
okay.
free.
No. You know what?
All right.
I just cleaned my apartment. If you got me like a week ago, I gotta totally use it. Because Steelers t-shirts make the best cleaning products. We throw batteries, you guys. We throw batteries in Cleveland.
I knew this.
Okay.
I told you it's a bad idea.
I know. I've been regretting it the whole time, but I nod very well. Najee versus Jalen. This is a question that comes from the internet of scouring.
Awesome.
Najee versus Jalen.
Yeah.
Okay. So, meaning, who's the better? Who would you rather have on your team or as a duo?
Yeah, what would you like to hear?
Where do you
All
want
of
this
the
to
three?
go? All three? Jalen looks good. Jalen looks good right now. Najee's just an absolute beast all around. I think he's a little rattled because he's getting hit in the backfield.
Yeah.
He's getting hit in the backfield a lot. Is it our offensive line that's not quite doing it? But Jalen seems to bust through. He's more of a Bettis though, right? He's more of a bruiser. Najee's more of kind of like a Barry Sanders.
Barry Sanders,
yeah. Le'Veon, where he's a little jukey. So I don't know, man. It's I think Matt Canada again has got to go, but he's also got to realize that these two guys are completely different talents.
Yep.
And they've got different skill sets, and Matt should play play call to that, right?
I absolutely agree. I mean, who would I take? At the end of the day, I would probably take Najee just because I like his style more.
Yeah.
But to your point, like, they are different backs. Like, it's like, who are you playing? And I think that's what Canada has to understand. Like, who are we playing? And telling them who are we playing? Whose running style projects better against that style of defense? And right now, we see them both do well, but I don't think that we scheme specifically for running back against specific defense. I don't think we do. I think we just throw in the plays, which is what Canada does. I'm going to throw this play in. I'm going to throw this play in. I'm going to throw this play in.
So
that's not how it works.
On Canada again.
Yeah, it kind of does.
That's what it
Well,
is.
they were cheering Fire Back Canada.
I heard. Did you?
Actually.
Oh,
Heinz.
loud.
Yeah.
We end as we began. And the overall thought is, Matt Canada,
Listen,
start filling out job applications.
Arizona.
But
Cleveland
Billy,
needs a
you
coach.
don't have to. You did great today for a Cleveland fan hosting
Yeah,
a
actually,
Steelers
you
show.
did,
I felt comfortable.
Yeah, dude.
I
We
felt
did say you're hired, but we think Phil's back next week. So
That's-
Did we
That's
get
fine.
through all this? All right.
Yeah, we did.
That was an amazing.
man,
wow.
thanks so much for
Good-
showing up.
Good fan facts.
These are fans.
Billy, thank you.
We'll see you next week. Now here's Chris Mowad with fan facts predictions for Oakland versus Steelers.
Hello and welcome to Mark It Down. Brought to you by Steelers Nation West and USA Professional Karate. Jens feel tough. And now here we're going to give you 3 bold predictions that you ain't getting anywhere else. And you can mark it down. Matt Canada's offense finally comes to life. The Steelers historically have struggled against mediocre Raiders quarterbacks, and this week will be no different. But Steeler fans will be mooing like bovine as Pat Freiermuth goes for 100 to 150 yards because the guy covering him is Robert Spillane, who answers the question, how good was Ryan Shazier? Mark it down. And if you were hoping that Presley Harvin's dominance from last week in the punting game continues, don't count on it, because we ain't going to punt the ball one time. Mark it down. All in all, this game's going to be a shootout, worse than they seen in Vegas. And Devontae Adams has a big day over an aging Patrick Peterson. Final score, 35-31 Raiders. Mark it down.